have the audible and the audio and the tech for you, man. So take a look at it. www.tmhcomics.com, amazon.com, and spotify.com.
You heard it right there, people. From the creative mind himself. We out there.
Yes, sir.
We on Amazon. We on Spotify. You get your comic books. TMHcomics.com is on and out. Go get it.
Yep. We'll make sure we add the link in the description here. Again, if you're a comic book lover and
Have you
you're just, you want cool stories, different characters, different viewpoints, there's 19 books, y'all. Don't be sleeping on this, but just check them out. And if anything, join in the discussion, man. Share some feedback. Let us know what you think. The team here is fully committed to, blowing this up and trying to present the best stories we can. And so if you got any feedback, any ideas, let us know. Again, we love to hear.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry, you were saying something, Terry.
No, I was just saying, can you scroll through some of those so they can take a look at it, so we can have like all the single episodes that are on here, so they can see.
Dang, I didn't even know there was all these down here.
Actually,
Yeah.
check up. Let's see. Hit Ignite. Ignite. You see what Ignite is? Yeah. Hit play on that. Keep it happy.
Hopefully it comes through. Let's check this out. Let's see.
The story paints a vivid picture of Frank's world. He's got that worn punching bag in his basement, a relic of a boxing career cut short, and cracks in his apartment ceiling that mirror the cracks in his own life. It's a potent visual metaphor, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. It emphasizes that sense of being trapped, of things falling apart around him. And then there's his ex-wife, Samantha, whose words to Frank are almost like salt in the wound.
Ooh.
The story describes her as saying he'll never be able to give her and their kids the life they deserve.
It's brutal, right? And it really underscores that feeling of being stuck in a downward spiral. You're battling job stress, relationship issues, financial strain. It's enough to make anyone feel like giving up.
Yeah.
But instead of dwelling in that despair, Ignite uses it as a springboard for transformation.
And it does so through a truly suspenseful event, a mysterious accident at the airport. Frank's inspecting a plane when he notices this strange yellowish green liquid leaking from the metal frame, and suddenly, boom, an explosion rocks the airfield.
Okay.
Damn, I'm on the edge of my seat, man. But I had to cut it. Should I keep going?
Yeah, play it.
Keep going? All right.
Play the whole thing, man.
Okay, so now we've got this
We got time.
explosion and this weird liquid. It's impossible not to think superhero origin story, but what sets Ignite apart is how it handles those classic tropes.
Exactly. It doesn't just give Frank powers and call it a day. The accident leaves him with severe burns, crippling medical bills, and the very real threat of losing custody of his kids. So now, on top of everything else, he's facing this whole new level of crisis.
Talk about adding insult to injury, right?
Yeah.
But it's within this crucible of pain and uncertainty that something extraordinary begins to happen. Frank starts noticing changes in his body, incredible strength, heightened senses, lightning fast reflexes. It's as if the accident, and perhaps that mysterious liquid, unlocked some hidden potential within him.
And Ignite doesn't shy away from showcasing the dramatic contrast of this transformation. One moment he's struggling to pay rent, the next he's effortlessly lifting a maintenance truck to prevent a fuel tank from exploding. It's a scene that perfectly captures that sense of awe and disbelief, both for Frank and for the reader.
It's almost like that moment in superhero movies where the character first discovers they can fly or they stop a speeding train. But in Ignite, it's grounded in a much more gritty, everyday setting. We see Frank wrestling with these abilities, not in some fantastical training montage, but in the midst of his ordinary, chaotic life.
And that's what makes his internal struggle so compelling. He's not just grappling with newfound superpowers, he's grappling with fear, confusion, and the weight of responsibility.
Hmm.
Does he use these abilities for good? Does he risk exposure and upend his already fragile life? Or does he keep them hidden and try to maintain some semblance of normalcy?
It's a classic dilemma, but one that Ignite explores with the depth that goes beyond the typical superhero narrative.
And Frank's decision. He chooses the path of a hero. He crafts a makeshift costume, embraces the name Fuel, a nod to both his job and the accident, and takes his first tentative steps into a world he never could have imagined.
Now, I love that name, Fuel. It's so simple yet so layered with meaning. It ties directly to his origin story, hinting at the fiery nature of his powers. But it also evokes that everyman quality that anyone, even a struggling fuel technician, can become something extraordinary.
Precisely. And that's one of the brilliant aspects of Ignite.
Right.
It takes those larger than life superhero elements and grounds them in the relatable struggles of an ordinary person. We see Fuel stumbling through his first attempts at heroism, grappling with clumsiness, sensory overload, and the sheer weight of the responsibility he's chosen to shoulder. But even with those stumbles, his heart's clearly in the right place. He's stopping robberies, putting out fires, even using his enhanced senses to provide first aid to people in need. He's not perfect.
Yeah,
He's making mistakes,
sure.
but he's driven by a genuine desire to make a difference.
And it's that raw determination, that kind of clumsy heroism that makes Fuel such a compelling character. He's not a polished superhero with all the answers. He's learning on the fly, making things up as he goes along, and sometimes he
Yeah.
gets it wrong.
And those mistakes have consequences, which the story doesn't shy away from exploring. One scene that really stood out to me was in chapter 10, A Father's Burden.
And we're also on Amazon.com, and it's www.tmhcomics.com. But you can also find everything on Amazon and Spotify as well. And I guess we'll see you guys next session, next Tuesday, or next meeting, or whatever you want to call it, man. We're around. We're here.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That's
Looking
right,
forward.
Pip.
This was a lot of fun. Make sure you give us a like, subscribe, and of course, again, check us out. TMH Comics, Amazon, Spotify, everywhere, man. Worldwide, man. TMH, we about to take over this. Let's go.
Thank you. God bless you. Good night.